Hello, I am Mal, and welcome to my ongoing series with my buddy IDED for the game ARK. So in this episode, we're actually going to go through a relatively detailed guide on how to do your first tame, what some of the challenges are, what resources that you need, some recommendations to kind of make it easier for you to acquire your first tame, and then some possible pitfalls once you actually do have your first tame. Alright, so let's talk about the resources that you need first. Okay, in terms of being ready to go tame, you can start at a relatively low level. I think we're going to start ours at level 10, which seems like a reasonable level to attempt your first tame. Now you need mejo berries in large quantities if you're going to attempt to tame a herbivore, kind of like these trikes across the water that you can see there walking around. So if they're plant eaters, the mejo berries work really well. If it's a carnivore that you're going to try to tame, like a dillo or something, a relatively low level carnivore, then the best thing that you can use is prime meat or prime jerky. And then later on down the road, you'd use something called kibble. But we're going to focus on sort of basic stuff now. And for the purposes of this guide, you're going to need mejo berries. And those are going to be the best things to feed your tame. So we're gonna start with that being a resource that you need. You're also gonna need a mortar and pestle. So let's go inside the house and take a look at that. So someone will have to have learned that engram. As you can see, we have ours right here. IDED's sleeping on the job over there. He'll be with us in a moment. But you're gonna need the mortar and pestle because you're going to have to make. Where is it at here? You're gonna have to make narcotics. So in order to make the narcotics, you need a mortar and pestle, and that's going to require narco berries, which you can go and pick fairly easily, and then spoiled meat. So you need narco berries and spoiled meat. You'll turn that into narcotics. Now, for your first go out, I would say you probably want roughly 20 narcotics available, because once you subdue a tame, once you've knocked out a tamed creature, you then place narcotics on it, along with the mejo berries, which it'll eat as it's being tamed. It'll eat every once in a while, and you'll use the narcotics to keep it asleep. You'll keep its torpor level, and we're going to go into that in detail when we actually go out to tame, but you're going to need narcotics for that, and like I said, roughly 20. Then you're also going to need some way to facilitate knocking out your tame. If you're higher level, then you can do a bow and arrow, in which case you would make narcotic arrows to go along with that. If you're lower level like us, then you're going to build yourself a trusty slingshot like this, and simply gather up some stone so that you've got ammo for it. You right click to aim, you hold down the left button, and then you release like so. And we'll get into that more once we actually get into the actual tame process. Now, some other things you might want to consider, extra food for yourself and whoever you're taming with. It's best to take somebody with you. You don't have to, but I think ARK is very much a cooperative game, and that's why this whole series I'm doing with my buddy IDED. It's easier and just simply more fun to go do everything in this game with someone else. So it is very much a cooperative game, so you might want to make sure that you've got extra food for the people that are going on the tame itself. And then, because it can take quite a while, now we're on a private server, so we have increased the tame speed a bit, but it's still pretty time consuming even at low levels. So even if you start out during the day, you better plan that it's going to turn to night. So you could end up with predators coming to try to eat your faces off or what have you. And you want to be able to see, and you also want to be able to keep warm. So either take a campfire with you, or a couple of standing torches, and that way, even when it becomes night, you'll still be able to gather, you'll be able to see what's going on. It just makes for a lot easier time of it. Also, make sure you each have a torch available as well, and spears to defend yourself. Just things that you want to have so that you don't have any problems. You can also see that I have, on my little number 9 key there, I've got a blood pack, and that's a nifty little item that you can get from a blood extraction syringe. So let me show you that. Just use it on yourself. It taps a little bit of your health, and then it gives you a blood pack, which will give you back health to restore over time. These are just additional things you don't necessarily have to have, but it's not a bad idea. Anyway, now that you have kind of the gist of what you need to actually successfully do a tame. I'm gonna go find IDED. You know, he's right here, but we're gonna go wake him up. So here, come here, IDED. No, not the floor. Come here. Get over here. You need to wake up. People are gonna want to see you help me with this tame. So come on, slacker. All right, we'll see you in just a second, folks. Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
All right, so I guess let's go find us. What did we decide for our first easy tame? Turtle?
Turtle would be the easiest one to go with for the start, just to demonstrate what we're gonna do.
Okay, so you get a turtle, and so the turtle is good for. It's a good tank, right? So it's kind of good for low-level hunting. It can carry a ton of stuff. It's a herbivore, so it eats berries, so it's kind of easy to maintain. But unlike, you know, if you try to get some kind of carnivore, like I guess a dillo would be the lowest level carnivore you'd get.
Yeah.
Those are the little guys that spit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dodo, and he's gonna die. Come here, dodo.
Oh, actually, I know one thing I forgot to bring.
What's that?
I'm gonna go back for now. It's the narcotics. Haha.
Oh, yeah. It'd be helpful if we had that.
Very, very important, yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. We've already covered what they're supposed to bring, so it's okay if you forgot it. We told everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Got our fancy new slingshots that you made us. Oh, hey! Before we find a turtle and get into the taming, though, since we both leveled, we should probably do our engrams, right?
Yeah, we can do.
Let me see here. Okay. Well, I'll grab more of the wood structure stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Very important.
So I've got foundation and wall. Where's the roof at?
Maybe a higher level.
Yeah, must be. Must be. What about the saddles? We should probably like learn different saddles, right?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Well, I tell you what. If I take the parasaur saddle, I don't know. Or should we leave the saddles for the moment until we're
let's just wait
until we've got stuff basically.
Yeah, I don't think
we've actually got them.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about that because we're probably not going to ride the turtles. They're pretty slow.
Yeah, definitely. They're really good as they're an armored style dinosaur, so they're good for taking on damage and stuff like that. Good for just carrying like large weights, and it's a really easy starter. Really, it won't be too much effort for us to get it. So shall we carry on around the beach? If we can find ourselves a turtle.
Yeah, we could just do the engram stuff later. All right, where are you at?
Just slightly further down the beach.
Okay.
Heading down.
I see you. I see you. There were turtles all over the place. Maybe they got mad after we killed a few of them. They were like, we're not going to stay near you anymore. Yeah, they're like, forget you guys killing us. Guess that trike's too hard for us to tame, huh?
Well, it would be a lot of effort, and it's the damage and stuff. And well, I suppose we could try it, but then we're definitely not going to be able to ride it.
There's a turtle. With it. And there's what? A little... Oh, it's one of those
Watch
little
out
things.
For the compy, yeah.
Yeah, come here.
Nobody likes compies. Oh, there's a couple of them. You're going to start getting overwhelmed. And they've got mate bonus.
Yeah, we dealt with them.
Okay, so let's get our slingshot sorted and let's start getting this turtle knocked out, I think.
What's up with this compy? It doesn't give anything? Strange. Oh, there it goes. Had to use it with an axe. Okay. So, you want to use the slingshot because you want to try to knock it out. So you right-click to aim, and you want to hit it in the head. We're not trying to kill it, folks. We're just trying to knock it out.
Yeah. So any animal rights activists out there can leave us alone.
Come here. Come here, turtle. I don't want to shoot it in the back. It doesn't do anything, right?
No, yeah. If you hit the shell, you're just basically not going to do anything to it. Why is he going sideways? Stop going. Where are you going? He's going up the cliff.
I don't know.
Where are you going to?
He's having a hard time. Oh, that was a bad shot. I'm gonna go around this way. Come here, turtle. Come on now. We're just trying to make you our pet. Not trying to hurt you. Oh, that was a good one.
There he goes, unconscious.
All right. So now, once it's unconscious,
put some narcotic on him.
Yep, put some narcotic on him.
Go remote use. And you see at the bottom, there's a torpor level. Or the torpor, or whatever everybody wants to call it. That's at the bottom. And basically, you want to keep that as high as possible. And want to keep his food level high. So do you want to chuck the medjos on him?
Yep. So let's throw those on there.
Cool. And then he'll eat those by default. We don't need to feed those to him. He'll just automatically consume those over time. So all we need to do is make sure that his torpor or torpor or whatever anybody wants to call it, that has to stay that around the maximum. We don't need to be at maximum, but just around it. And we've got some spare narco berries on us as well.
So what IDED's saying here is you can see at the bottom it says that it's unconscious. We've got a 99.7% effectiveness because we're +5 levels over it. And then that taming bar at the bottom. Now, when that gets all the way to the right-hand side, this thing will be tamed, and it'll become, our pet or what have you. Now, when we look inside the inventory, you've got the narcotics there, and then if the unconscious bar that he already mentioned, if that gets too low, if it gets down to about 70% is generally when I have done it. I don't know if that's right or not. I believe it is. You would click on narcotic, and you would say remote use the item. Now, you only want to do it when you have to. See that torpor level down there at the bottom? This is the stats that we're looking at of the actual creature. The torpor level is 408 of 440, so it's fine. It doesn't need any more narcotics right now. And then the medjo berries are the best for the herbivores, right?
Yes, they seem to be the best taming one. They sort of have a higher rate. The other berries, for some reason, don't seem to have quite as effective rating. I don't know why.
And then carnivores need prime meat, right?
Yes, prime meat's the best meat, basically, to use to tame them.
And then I guess
it's a lot harder to acquire.
And then I guess at higher levels, there's something called kibble that you can use. But for your first tame, this is what you're going to want to have. You're going to have some narcotic, you're going to want to have medjo berries, and you're going to want to have extra narco berries kind of on hand. Now, the other thing is that make sure, and we mentioned this, I think, in the intro, that you have, lots of food for yourself, because you're going to be out here a while. Make sure that you have things like a campfire or a standing torch. We brought a standing torch, didn't we?
Yep, I've got a standing torch on me, so if it starts to get dark or whatever, we can chuck that down on the ground.
Okay, folks.
It also makes it easy to find him as well if it gets dark.
Right, because it's important to note that, especially if you're taming in pairs like this, I can just leave IDED right here, and I can go collect more berries. So, like, if we need more stuff, or vice versa, he can go off. And so, again, this game is very much a cooperative game, and I think that this is a perfect example. Could you go tame by yourself? Sure you could. But I don't think it's nearly as effective or fun, really. I mean, if you've got the option to go tame stuff with a sexy beast like I did, you should. I highly recommend.
A fun activity for the whole family.
Right?
But no, it's the truth of it. It's so much easier as a team. Trying to do it as a single player is ridiculously hard.
And it's just not very fun. I've tried. It's not fun.
Yeah, and then there's the other problems with like predators and stuff like that. You could end up with a lot of issues, really.
She seems to be... Is it a she or a he? It's a she. Okay. So if we can get a male, then we can get a bonus, right?
Them. Yes, they get a mate bonus, and you can get eggs and stuff, and grow yourself some more.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Might as well do some resource gathering while we're waiting, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. It clears the area up a bit as well. The ease of access.
I like how I've got this giant rock face here. It's like a mountain, and eventually I'm going to kill it. Yeah, I killed it with my pick.
And the way it flies off,
you like that?
Massive chunks.
Well, we're that. You know what it is.
He-Man style character.
We're that powerful. That's just all. Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Yes, that or the physics are just that bad. One of the two, but we'll go with you're just that powerful, Mel.
Well, I saw you crashing some rocks too, so I saw it. Okay, we got a trike floating around over here. Let's hope he just moves on. Hello, friendly trike. We don't... Yep, see ya. There you go.
Apparently I need some more thatch to repair my tools.
I have some if you need it. Here.
Oh, well, if you have some spare.
Yeah. There you go, buddy.
Where'd it fly off to?
I don't know.
Yeah, you dropped it and it just vanished.
Oh, right here, right here. It's in the rock. It's over here in the rock.
I see.
It's in the rock that isn't a rock anymore.
Yeah, it's in the fake rock. It's just an optical illusion.
Yeah, it's like those things people get for their homes, you know? They put the spare key in.
Ah, yes, of course.
I think that was a good idea before everybody started buying those. Now I'm not so sure that's such a great idea anymore.
Yeah, because then everyone has one and it becomes obvious.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you should just
do that.
Maybe you should just put
a key safe.
I think you should put a plastic container with a magnetic backing that looks like a key, like right on the front door. Like who would put a key in there, right? I don't even think anybody would look.
Well, myself, I have a key safe, which is a numeric code lock, like a steel basically box. Put your key in it, and then if you ever forget your key, you can just put in the numeric code. Then it opens up and you can get the key out.
That's pretty fancy. That's pretty fancy.
The easiest way to do it, and it's completely secure that way. You know, unless someone's going to literally, I don't know, get a blowtorch out and start cutting through it.
Oh,
but
hey.
that may well trigger your neighbors to say something.
I got some spoiled meat right here. Just dropped it in case you need to make more narcotic.
Yeah, well, we'll have to do that back at the base because we need the pestle and mortar for that one. But
oh, right. Well, it's not
always happy to keep hold of spare spoiled meat.
It's not like the spoiled meat's going to go bad, right?
Well, it actually will.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately.
Eventually it'll just disappear?
That one goes, yeah, it will disappear in 14 minutes.
Wow. All right.
I know, hard to believe, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go grab some more berries just because I can feed myself with some berries that way.
I've got spares on me, by the way. You need anything. So, taming this turtle, start to finish, take what?
Well, generally low-level stuff. About half an hour, you're thinking, around that level.
Right.
But we've got the additional taming speed on, so ours will actually take less time than it normally would take on a normal server.
And we're doing that primarily so that you guys aren't just waiting for us to finish taming. As a matter of fact, I think what we should do, if you have no objections, sir, is that why don't we put a quick cut in the video until it's nighttime? And then, you know, we can kind of show people that potentially it can get dangerous at night, but in any case, that way we're not just sitting here watching her sleep.
I suppose we could do. We're about, what, 45% of the way there?
Yeah. So we'll cut back in when we're about, what do you say, 90% there? And then if it's nighttime and someone tries to come eat our face, then people get to see that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, folks, so we'll be right back, and hopefully, you know, we'll be one step closer to having our first tame done. All right, folks, and we are back. You can see that it's nighttime. IDED, the master of preparation, has made sure that we've got a standing torch here. And, hey, do you have, like, spark powder on there? What did you put on there? Oops.
Yep, spark powder. As we now have the benefit of having that available to us.
Okay, and that's, you have to have the mortal and pestle before you can make spark powder, right?
Yes, you certainly do, and you have to learn the engram.
And it's just way more efficient than wood or whatever for burning then?
Yeah, definitely. And it means you don't have to use wood, which is the thing, because obviously wood we want to keep for structures now, so we're using stone and flint basically to make spark powder, so it's a beneficial use of those materials basically.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so she's really close to being tamed here. And then we just gotta hope that nothing tries to eat our face as we're trying to get back.
Yeah, that's basically the one big factor. There's a light over there on the beach. What is that? Oh, is that the moon? Is that the reflection of the moon? It must be.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Off the water. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's how I wondered. I thought there was a light over there. It's like, who's on the server with us?
Now,
being watched.
She's pretty tough, right? If I remember right, because I had a turtle before. You think she could tank, like, that trike over there? We could kill that trike?
Maybe. We'd need more... Well, do we want to kill the trike, or do you want to try and tame it, is the question.
Oh, no. I want to go get violent with our turtle as a, you know, as a tank on something. We don't have.
We could try it. We may risk losing the turtle, but
oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose her.
Our first tame.
Yeah, I don't want to lose our first tame. And what are we gonna
call it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are we gonna name her? Oh man, what are we gonna name her? I don't even know. I don't know. Yes, we've tamed her. Yes.
Right. So what are we gonna call her? We need a name.
Should we do another contest? No. People are like, yes. No. We'll name her ourselves.
I'm gonna call her Shelly.
Shelly, I like it.
Awful naming.
That's awesome.
Because she's got a shell.
No, that's awesome.
As not to leave anything behind, I'm going to steal back the spark powder that's left over on this torch.
Okay.
And she should follow.
Now, okay, hold on here. Let's access her inventory. We could just put a bunch of regular berries on her now, right? And get the narco and the narcotics off of her. So I'll just toss a bunch of miscellaneous berries on her. Okay, so she should be good to go. Okay, so the commands for them are what? We should probably go over that.
It's you. There's it's you, Y. U. There's H, is it H? J. Is it K? No? I can't remember, because one of them's to command all to follow you, one's to command them to stop. So I think if I press U, that'll tell her to stop. If I press Y, it'll is that all to stop? Yeah, so Y is all to stop. And J is all to follow. U is just to get the one that you're looking at to follow you. But I can't remember what the other ones are. Come on, moving. Let's get her back home. This cattle trains are moving. Roha.
Now she can carry. One of the biggest things too is that she can carry a ton of stuff for us, which is awesome. Oh, it's cold. Let me get my torch out. There we go.
Yeah.
Come on, Shelly. Let's go home.
Yeah, it should be really useful as a general companion when we're going to harvest trees and other resources, because we can just stock her up and then get her to walk back home.
Now, she's currently level 16, so she'll level up over time as well, correct?
Yes, I think she can level up another 15, is it 15 or 30 levels, I believe. Once you've got a tamed animal, that's the maximum amount of levels it can grow.
So
over the period of your ownership.
I see. So you could have... She can be a pretty capable tank, and she can grow along with us, but eventually we would tame something that was higher level and would have higher potential top-end level.
Of course. That's why you always want to keep taming all the way up. You want to tame stuff around your level if you can, just because obviously the benefit is then it'll go up more levels. And then when you've got a saddle, when you're riding them, you actually get XP from them as well. You get XP from the dinosaur that you're sitting on, so it's always beneficial to be sat on a dinosaur at all times.
Now, I think we decided that we're not going to get saddles for the turtle, right?
No. There's no real point, is there? We're not going to use her as a mount, really. He's just going to be a pack animal, basically.
Well, I think we
our resource turtle.
I think we could do some pretty interesting hunting with her, too, as a tank. Oh, speaking of hunting. Hello, stupid trilobite.
I love the way that when you hit them, they instantly speed up. They become much faster.
What's that all about? Like, come here.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know if it's because you've hit them, and so that the force of your stab pushes them forwards, or if they actually are gaining speed themselves because they're in danger.
Oh, that's awesome. I was using your light underwater to get back out. Like, where am I supposed to go? Oh, right there. There's IDED. And there's Shelly. Now, okay, you criticized me before about this, but I think they're rather cute. I think the turtles are pretty cute.
Somewhat.
She looks like she's smiling. Come on. So we don't have we don't actually have like a pen or anything to put her in. So we just sort of.
She's just gonna have to stand outside.
Okay, now how much food do we need to leave on her? I think that's kind of important.
I always just stack them, basically, just as much as you can.
Well, we can go get some more, I guess.
But we've got plenty in the house, haven't we?
You know what? We do, actually. I kind of went overboard on some of the gathering.
Right, I'm going to activate some of our internal lights as well.
Yepers.
There we go.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, let's take a look at the view from upstairs here. Look at that. That's a nice view. Out there on the water. Moonlight. Very nice.
And just in case any ships come to pick us up, you see.
Yeah, right.
For the all-important escape from this island. The whole Robinson Crusoe thing. What was actually that one, isn't it? It's the big Castaway. Wilson!
Oh, yeah.
We need like a coconut so we can paint a face on it. The IDED, Mao, and I don't know what we call him. I think Wilson's been used too much.
I'm gonna cook up this meat here, I think.
Yeah, it's just a good point. I got some. I've still got some. Yeah, I've still got some spoiled meat on me. Let's grab any leftover narco berries off of Shelly.
I've got them on me. I'll put them in there.
Right,
I'll put them in there. Just a sec. I just want to get this going. Cook up some meat.
Oh, and then we can make some more narcotics for our next tame.
Yeah, exactly. And what are we gonna get next?
I think the next thing's going to be parasols, isn't it, really?
Oh, so we have an actual, like, proper mount to run around on?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just going to put the narcotic in with the berries for now.
Oh, if you want to check it over here on the pestle and mortar so I can turn it into narcotics before this meat disappears.
Oh, okay, copy that. Let's see. Narco berries, there you go. And here's that other narcotic if you want to do something with that. And here's some more stone.
In there for now.
Go over here.
And I leveled up during that as well. Banging.
Oh, did you? Congrats.
Yeah, I think I should really. Are you gonna go for the farming stuff, or should I go for the farming stuff?
Well, is the farming stuff lead to the cooking stuff? That's because I want to do the cooking stuff.
Mutually exclusive in essence.
Well then, I guess. Are you talking about like stone pipe intake and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's the stuff we'll need basically to start our own farm. Then we can start to farm narco berries rather than having to collect them.
I'll do the stone irrigation stuff because it goes along with the structures.
Okay, and so you're going to take the small crop plot as well, or do you want me to do that?
I don't. Where is that at?
It should be next to the spyglass and the gravestone along that line.
Oh, I see it. Well, you could take the crop. You can take the crop. It doesn't have a prerequisite.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'll just take the irrigation for it. Should we go get that? Should we start getting that stuff now, you think?
Yeah, I think farming's a big step that we do need to start taking.
Okay, so I'll get the
It's a renewable supply of stuff, really, is what it comes down to. Thatch. Thatch. You have some thatch.
And I've got wooden foundation and wooden wall. And I now have wooden ceiling. Oh, what's going on? What's going on?
Sounds like there's a fight going on. Shelly's attacking stuff.
Alright, let's go. Oh, it's the stupid Yeti guy.
Shelly, get out of the water. We can't. It's hard to hit him from here.
Call her out. Can you call her back?
No, while she's fighting, she's not gonna.
Oh no! No! He killed Shelly! Oh, you bastard! Oh!
We killed him. So, yeah.
Pick to the face. Oh no!
Shelly.
Not Shelly! Oh no!
Oh, how upsetting is that? Oh well, Shelly, you had a short run.
Oh man, I feel terrible. All right, we gotta. Oh, okay, I gotta look the other way. I can't let people see that. I got.
Oh, so there you go. So that shows you the dangers of having your own tame.
Oh my goodness!
I could have set it to non-aggressive, but I think he would have attacked her anyway.
That stupid bastard Yeti. Damn him! Damn him!
Upsetting. Well, her worthy sacrifice will now mean that we have more hide towards our saddles.
Oh, I feel bad. She was cute for He had a nice name and everything. Oh, man. Oh, well. As is the way life goes in ARK, right?
Yep, exactly. It's a harsh old world out there, and unfortunately that means that we generally don't get to keep much.
Oh, hey, there's a supply drop coming in.
Ooh.
I'm going across. I'm going for it. I'm freezing in the water, but it's all going to be worth it.
Oh, that's most upsetting.
Yeah, it kind of bummed me out. But that's okay. We'll get more. We'll get more.
Exactly. There's never a lack of dinosaurs on this island for us to tame, so...
Alright, so these come down. I don't think we've ever showed this. These come down. You want to come over here so that you've got this also?
I'll pop over in a minute. Don't let me stop you, though, at the end of the day.
Alright. So, these supply crates, different colors, come down from the sky. The white ones are the lowest level ones. I think it requires level 3. And then the green ones require, I think, level 15. But there's, they come down for a certain period of time, and you get different things. So in this one, it's a complete set of cloth gear, which I don't really need, but still, that's nice, because it's free.
Yeah, anything that's free is always worth having.
Absolutely. Alright, I'm swimming back home. Alright, so in this episode, we have covered how to acquire your first tame. I hope that it was detailed enough for you folks. Tried to make it simple to follow. Unfortunately, we also showed you what can happen to your tames in ARK. And that was completely unplanned, but, that stupid Yeti has been kind of harassing us for a while now. So, at least we killed him.
Yeah, we had our vengeance from the previous episode, which was all important. I think that brought some closure to the previous episode.
The whole Yeti issue? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, I stole the meat that was cooked on there. I put 9 on there, so there you go.
Alright, I just
Would you
realized...
like some meat?
Well, I just realized I was starving to death, so there we go. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I think it was because I was...
some more.
I guess
meat.
I guess it was because I was frozen out there. That's probably why. Now that I'm inside...
Okay, so are we going to wrap this up then, I suppose?
Yeah, let's. And I guess in the next one, folks, what we'll do is we'll do another little mini guide where we will create our saddles. We'll go get some parasaurs, which is kind of the first suitable mount. Think of it as like a horse, basically, I think is the equivalency.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you say?
That's pretty much the equivalent, yeah.
So we're going to cover that in the next one, and that will be coming out. Again, this series updates, at least currently, it updates on Sundays and Wednesdays of every week. So we hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, consider hitting that thumbs up. Just disregard the fact that I just pooped right there. And if you liked it, hit that thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I am Mal, he is IDED, and we will see you later.
See you soon.